Yeah, I'd like to think of myself as a leader. Like, I'd like to think of me, Braxton Scott, Bryce Fartner, Tucker Colzerberg, the guys that have been here for 4 years and obviously had a lot of playing time. I like to think of us as the leaders and the foundation of this program.
Not terribly many one-win football programs entered the 2024 preseason with a stronger core nucleus or rosier improvement outlook than West Hancock. Coy Dorothy's new offensive scheme debuted solidly last fall in averaging 22 points and 334 total yards per game, and on paper returned a 2,200-yard passer and one of the most prolific 1-2 receiving punches in the state in small school football in Nolan Gooding and Bryce Varner, who netted 98 combined receptions, 1,300 total yards, and 18 touchdowns between them. That is, right up until the entire offensive roster calculus changed as radically as possible.
We obviously weren't expecting it. We had an all-conference quarterback last year, and and he decided to move on from football, which is unfortunate, but we're here with the guys that want to be here.
Which necessitated Coy Dorothy's breaking up of the band, so to speak, on the offensive edge for the overall good of the team, as Varner is making the instant conversion to quarterback now.
You playing receiver, does that help you with the new job?
Yes, it does, with my knowing where people are going to be at on the field and knowing where defenders might be on the field at the time during our specific plays and whatnot.
I think he fits it good. You can't just zero in on Bryce as, just a passer. You can't zero in on just him as a runner. He can sling the ball around, but as we know, he broke our school record last year for receiving touchdowns. He's got that speed. He went out for track this year for the sole reason, to get better for football, to get faster for football.
And in doing so, looking to benefit from his fellow and former partner in pass catching to continue his development as one of the best college prospects and just plain freakiest athletes to come out of West Hancock in some time.
Just get Nolan Gooding the ball, and I think it's going to be, what reminds me of him is like a Debo Samuel, just kind of put him in the backfield, put him in, the slot, get him in the motion, God forbid, send him on a deep route, let him go get it at the highest point. He's just the type of kid that can do it all, and, it's nice to have on the offense side of the ball.
Nolan Gooding, he's great. He can really go up there and get the ball, and he can make his way to the end zone.
When you're trying to build what you're trying to build with a kid like that who has some next level football future, does that help? Like you talked about all the freshmen being around him, is there a bounce impact over the next 4 years with that?
Definitely, I think so. Just the freshmen and sophomores seeing Nolan, on the football field, but also seeing him in track and seeing him in basketball, I think that's really going to push these kids, the younger kids, to do multiple sports, which is great. It's going to get you better for every other sport that you play. So them seeing him, but also seeing the attitude he brings every day. Like I said, the leadership he brings every day. Just him being a good person off the field and on the field, he's definitely been a role model for these younger kids.
Moreover, despite the attrition, the Titans' receiving game isn't lacking for quality replacement parts.
Definitely, Bryce Varner is a lucky man. He knows he's got Nolan Gooding on his side, but he's not our only skill guy. We got Hunter Froman, we got Gunnar Grotehouse. Gunnar had a great offseason. He's jumping out of the gym right now, both in basketball and out here on the field. If the ball's up in the air between Gunnar and Nolan, someone's going to come down with that ball.
Yeah, we have Gunnar Grotehouse. He's coming up, and he's really surprised all of us with with how he's been athletically over the season and like this whole summer. He surprised all of us coming out here, and we just have a lot of guys that can come in and we can give them the ball, and we know that they're going to take care of it.
Their expectations for themselves are very high, and they're not going to go down without a fight, and they expect to win.